Look at this car, which makes an exotic Albert and Rita Spiess with a car that makes a 1960s Ferrari seem positively commonplace. The Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 Stradale. Rita, I don't know, do you need to open the door, because I know how hot it gets in there? Question is, do both doors open at the same time? And I think I can guess the answer to that. Okay, well, in that case, we'll leave it there. In the late 1960s, Alfa Romeo created a car called the Tipo 33. It was a Le Mans car, it was a race car, it raced all over Europe and the USA. I would describe it as moderately successful. It didn't always finish, but when it did, it showed good pace. But undeterred by that, or perhaps because of that, Alfa Romeo thought they had the clever idea of making a road-going version. The design of the bodywork was entrusted to a little-known designer these days, but he really is one of the unsung heroes of Italian car design. His name was Franco Scaglione. He came from Florence, the capital of the Renaissance, and he penned what I think is one of the most beautiful cars ever built. A few years ago, when we had one of these cars at Villa d'Este, one of the jury members came up with a description which I think sums it up perfectly. He coined the word brutiful, and I don't think there's ever been a better looking car. They only built a handful of these in the end, perhaps unsurprisingly, considering that it cost 9.7 million lira new, when you could buy a Lamborghini Miura for 7 million lira. Practicality, as we can see from the doors, was perhaps not the top of Mr. Scaglione's priority list. It has an 8-cylinder, 2-liter engine. It's about as many cylinders as you can squeeze into just 2 liters. It has fuel injection. It has a 6-speed gearbox. It has all this plexiglass surface. It's rather like driving a very fast greenhouse. But fast it was. One of the first people to buy one of these cars, one of the first owners, was an American gentleman called Henry Wessels III. He collected his car from the Alfa Romeo factory just outside of Milan, and he drove it straight to Venice. And on the road to Venice, he got out his stopwatch and he timed himself with the motorway markers. And at 10,000 revs, I mean, you can imagine the noise this thing must have been doing at 10,000 revs, he clocked himself at 270 kilometers an hour. You would not want to buy a car run in when it was new by Mr. Wessels, clearly. But I have to say he had exquisite taste in cars, and this is one of the high points of not only today, but I think any car event.
Sorry,
Albert,
Simon,
Rita,
Simon, sorry.
There is an additional prize for you.
Yes, there is an additional prize. It's a Trofeo Asi for the best preserved post-war car by the jury. It's presented by Alberto Scuro, Vice President of the Asi.
Quindi la macchina meglio conservata
post-war
del dopoguerra.
Exactly.
E premia?
Alberto Scuro, vicepresidente dell'ASI.
Mr. Alberto Scuro, the Vice President of ASI, which is the Italian Classic Car Association. I think I've said enough. I will let you go, Albert. The Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 Stradale, one of approximately 10 in the world, but frankly, nobody knows how many exist. Ciao. The door is not open for effect. It's open because it's about 35 degrees in there. And now we move on to Class E. Speed meets style, the flowering 33 Stradale. And luckily it stops. The winner of the 2018 Coppa d'Oro Villa d'Este is the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, owned by Rita and Albert Spiess. Complimenti Albert, la tua macchina, complimenti Rita, ha vinto il premio votato dal pubblico per la macchina che a loro è piaciuta di più. E per di più ti dirò che questa macchina ha ricevuto il doppio dei punti, il doppio dei voti della macchina in seconda posizione. quindi non è solo una vittoria, è una vittoria clamorosa. Complimenti. And by the way, when he gets out to receive the prize, take a photograph of the fact that he's not wearing any shoes. You paid 17 million lira back in 1968 for one of these, and you didn't even get air conditioning. Albert, se tu e Rita volete scendere, Ulrich Knips ha un premio per te, Danilo Zucchetti. Rita, scendi anche tu. Beautiful or brutiful? Vieni, Rita. Gentlemen, if you'd like to face the photographers. Complimenti, Albert.
No, grazie, Simon. Grazie a te.
Complimenti. If you all go back a little bit, I'm sure you'll get a better picture with a bit of distance. Just move yourselves back a little bit, if you would, please. That's it. That's perfect. It's okay. I think it's okay, yeah. Thank you. So this is the traditional Coppa d'Oro, awarded here for, well, since 1929, Danilo. Ulrich Knips, the head of BMW Mobile Tradition. Danilo Zucchetti, the managing director of Villa d'Este. Giving, look, if you can have a look over this side as well for Francesco and his crew. Awarding you the Coppa d'Oro Villa d'Este. This is the prize voted by everybody here. It's really the people's award, and as we say in English, you have won it by a country mile. Hai vinto, stravinto, Albert. Vuoi dire qualche parola della macchina?
No, sei tu.
Dimmi l'emozione che pensi, che emozione senti?
A me piace molto il disegno di questa macchina Scaglione, questo è veramente fantastico. Anche il motore con di 8 cilindri, 8V, fantastico.
Tu sei di solito un uomo Lamborghini. L'Alfa Romeo per te cosa rappresenta in confronto alla Lamborghini?
Alfa Romeo ha una grande storia, vinto quasi tutto. Invece Lamborghini non c'è la storia per racing.
Lamborghini è cafe racer, questa è più vero racer, tutti e due hanno il loro interesse. E come riesci a guidare la macchina? Perché tu sei abbastanza alto, Albert.
Sì, non è molto comodo e la frizione è molto duro, ma sì, si può fare così.
E dentro fa molto caldo?
Oh, sì, si vede.
No, devo dire che tu sei a posto, però mi immaginavo di più.
Sì.
E questa macchina è mai stata esposta in un concorso di eleganza prima di oggi?
No, mai. La prima volta qui.
E la macchina era del concessionario Alfa Romeo di Roma, vero?
Si vede.
C'è ancora, have a note that there's still the sticker of the original supplying dealer of this car, the Alfa Romeo dealer of Rome, in the rear window. So do take a photograph of that afterwards if you get a chance. But Albert was saying, I said to him, how difficult is it to drive this car? He said, it's quite hard. The clutch is either in or out and there's nothing in between. It's very hot inside the car. But he said, it just sounds so great. It's such fun. And as I believe all Italians know, you have to suffer to be beautiful.
Grazie.
Grazie a te, Albert. Grazie a te, Rita. I have to say, I'm not surprised. It's the car that, if I could fit in it and if I could afford it, it's the car that I would take home.
Ancora Simon.
Grazie a te, Albert. E grazie a te, Rita, anche.
Grazie.
So to the victor, the spoils. Certainly one of the best-looking cars ever built. Franco Scaglione is the man who designed the coachwork. He was relatively little known. He came from Florence. He died in obscurity in the 1990s, but he was responsible for some of the greatest designs in Italian history. He designed the first Lamborghini. He designed the Alfa Romeo Giulietta Sprint. But arguably his absolute masterpiece was this car, the 33 Stradale, a car that cost 9.7 million lira when it was new in the late 60s. Alfa Romeo claimed to have made 18 of them. Only 10 are known to have ever been built, totally unrestored. 700 kilometers from you. He has one or two nice Alfa Romeos in his collection. But I have to say, as a car designer, this is about as good as it gets, isn't it? Sex on wheels. The best of the best, yep. I think many people here would agree with you on that. There isn't a line out of place on this car, is there? You don't want to touch anything. And so many cars in the recent past have been inspired by the design of this car. I think at that point, Alessandra, possiamo dire che la sfilata è chiusa. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Albert and Rita drive their beautiful 33 Stradale away. Even Simon Le Bon says good choice, gives it thumbs up. That's the dogs, isn't it? One of your favorites? Don't ask about practicality when you can only open one door at a time. Hey, it's Italy, who cares, right? Mark Newson, the designer's opinion?
Favorite car. I love it.
You love it. Even Mark Newson says he loves it.